Hey y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Mark is here with us again. He's been making a lot of appearances in these videos lately. We like it though, we're here for it. Thumbs up if you like seeing Mark in these videos. Let us know if you're here for it. Anyway, this video is going to be a video that's good for us and also fun to do. We have teamed up and collaborated with Charles Schwab, and they have this really cool game called A Richer Conversation. It's like a little card game, and we're gonna play it. And essentially, many of you know that we recently got engaged, and I will I'll link the video if you haven't seen our engagement story video here. We also have a baby on the way, so we have a lot of like big adult things happening in our lives. And so one of the biggest conversations that we have to have is about finances and how we're going to treat our finances moving forward into the next step of marriage. So this is a great way to have that conversation. A little bit more lighthearted, but still getting into the nitty-gritty of our financial literacy and just understanding of how we both work with finances and like how we perceive finances, because you know, a lot of people come into relationships with very different views on finances, and when you marry somebody, your finances become their finances and their finances become your finances. All right, so these are the cards here. There's pictures on them and there are questions on the back. All right, you want to start first?
Why not? Question number 1. The real point of giving children pocket money is
to help them learn how to manage money.
I agree, and I'd add responsibility. Like
responsibility, that's a good
my
one.
grandma used to give me like little, $30 allowance per month as a kid. We used to like go and get like all singles and we would.
Responsibility and manageability of finances. What was your biggest money mistake?
Ooh, my biggest money mistake on the spot. Okay. It was one All-Star weekend back in my like crazy sneakerhead days when I was younger. I probably spent like $1,300 on sneakers in a 2-day span. So yeah, it's like now I don't really wear those sneakers anymore because obviously fashion, my style has changed and evolved as I've grown. But yeah, that's probably $1,300 on sneakers. I can think of a lot of different things to use that on.
Yeah.
My attitude to giving to charitable causes is?
I'm very gracious about giving. You know, we pay tithes. That's something that we do as a couple, actually. We just started that maybe last year, of making it a conscious effort to pay our tithes each month, because we were definitely trying to make sure our spiritual relationship with one another and God was like on point. And so that was one of the things that we decided to start doing. I was never a tithe person until last year. And so, that's essentially giving to the church. So I would say that I'm pretty gracious about it. And then like, we always like, not necessarily every time we see a homeless person, but like more times than not,
we have money on
we give to the homeless
too. We're giving it.
Yeah. And anytime that I'm like, if I see one of my friends like starting a GoFundMe for something, or, along those lines, I always try to give at least something, at least $20, something to
so basically, babe, yes.
Yes, the answer is yes.
It's awesome.
Yes. When I think back to my childhood, my parents' approach to money tended to be...
Honestly, grew up, on the poorer side. So...
Do you feel like they were transparent and conversational about money, or do you feel like you really didn't know what was going on with money?
I knew that we had to eat and, do the...
I think this is a good question, because I feel like your inability to really answer that like adequately means that your parents really didn't take an active approach in teaching you how to use money, how to like speak openly about money.
Money for us was like, if we had money, it already had a label on it. Like,
right.
This was for bills.
There
this
wasn't
was
a lot of
for
like discretionary funds
food.
laying around.
Totally. So
Right.
it wasn't a matter, like I said, my grandmother gave me allowance, like not my parents. So for them, it was more so, okay, we have this much money this month or what have you.
Yeah.
This is going to groceries. This is going to such and such. And the small amount of time that maybe we have a little bit extra, that may be a time where I get an opportunity to go to Payless and get a pair of kicks or wherever. So yeah. Should any inherited money go to the individual or to both of us?
Well, if it is, I mean, we about to be married, so it would have to go to both of us.
I 1000% agree. I think we've been in this, even before marriage, like we've been in this space where we openly talk about when we get money or when blessings come our way.
Like, how are we going to spend
it?
Yeah.
Like, what are our priorities first before we like see it as like, bonus money.
Yeah.
So
if the house caught fire and we had time to rescue only one of our material possessions, what would you choose?
Material possessions?
Yes.
Material. Okay. Emphasis on the word material. I would probably choose out of everything. Man. Probably my band ones.
Some
a lot of my band ones.
Some
Sneakers.
shoes,
Nah,
some
totally.
Sneakers.
It'll be a tie between my band ones and probably my camera, because I could use that to make more money. Probably.
I would say it would have to be my computer, because my whole life is centered around, well, shoot, does that technically count? Like, does your phone count?
So it's not really material. I feel like,
because if the phone counted, it would have to be my phone. It would have to be my phone.
See, but like, that's easily replaced. Like, that's like, you can get it used. You can, like, that's easily replaced. But like, you can buy that at face value is my point. Versus like, I paid $110 for those.
But they're still just shoes, in my opinion. You have sentimental value to them.
In her opinion, but she has a lot of makeup that's just makeup, in my opinion.
I didn't say I was gonna save none of it, did I? Okay.
When it comes to prenuptial agreements, my philosophy is,
I mean, I never actually thought about that for myself before. I wouldn't say I don't believe in prenups, because I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think I just don't know enough about prenups. But at this point in my lifetime, would I sign one? No. Would I expect you to sign one? No.
Alexa, please play Gold Digger by Kanye.
What?
Jokes. No, okay, we won't prenup. We won't prenup.
No.
Yeah, there's something that... Hey, by the way, the art on these cards is kind of dope. Just saying.
I know, they're really like nicely made
I can totally see like me and
cards.
Jade doing this, but yeah.
They're really cute, and they're like good quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what, this would be so much fun to play with like our couple friends?
Oh, big facts.
Like at
that
dinner?
That would have been a vibe.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
We can still do it.
Yeah,
but...
yeah.
Okay. Do you keep a budget? Do you keep a financial plan?
Oh, yes, I keep a budget. Financial plan, I could be better. I could definitely be better. Like, I've kept a budget now for like 7 years. Consistently like budgeting.
That's good.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's kind of wild because, like, once again, like, budget, I don't think I'd heard that word a lot growing up. So when I was put into a position of like, okay, now I'm actually getting money.
And making a salary.
So like my mindset then changed, because I never had like money management and like those types of things that like a lot of other people have. So it was just like, oh wow, I went from making this much money to like tripling that, like that. So I had to like rethink how to budget and like how to make money make sense for me.
Yeah.
Assuming you can only choose one, do you think it's more important to have a job you love or one that keeps you in a comfortable lifestyle?
Oh, you gotta have a job you love.
I think I'm like I have that, but from a corporate side, it's like I'm working for Nike and where my passions align. I think if there was a corporate job for me, this is it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, as a creative person, that's someone that has dreams and aspirations beyond Nike, it's like I know that there is another level or layer to what I'm supposed to do and like what my passion and calling and all that stuff is. But for now, like in the corporate world, I think I have a great kind of marriage of the two.
I think so too. I would definitely agree with that. What would we do if we won the lottery?
The key word there is we. We is the key word. First off, we would pay our tithes.
Yes.
And offering. Secondly, really, it depends on like how much. I think we would find a way to like obviously set some aside for both Ari and Sarai and make sure that they're straight, our babies. And then I'm sure we'd find a way to like bless family.
I would just interject here before we started blessing family. I would say we would bless our future with some investments into some,
totally.
stock of some sort.
I have my childhood pastor, Bishop Summons. Shout out Bishop Summons, amazing man. But he always had this saying that a man invests first and spends what they have left. A boy spends and maybe invests what they have left.
Right.
So piggybacking off what you said, yeah.
Yes.
Invest.
Definitely.
That's what we do. And then buy hella sneakers, all right? Just
absolutely
whole
not.
nine.
That would be the last thing. That's your little free chunk of change that's left at the end.
What would you rather have published online? Your salary history or your browser search history?
Definitely I would probably say my salary, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
I would say my salary. Let me answer the question.
Okay, go.
I would say my salary because I feel like people have a misconception of, what's realistic and what's not realistic doing the type of work that I do. And then I also wanted to be able to show how growth happens and how jumping out and doing my own thing was actually a very beneficial thing for my bank account, and trusting in myself, trusting in God, understanding that like utilizing my gifts was the way to go.
Was it?
It was.
Totally.
Yes, and absolutely. And on top of that, I could also be like, y'all, this is what I've made for these past few years. Join Life is Content so you can be on this level. Like, not saying you're gonna make what I make, but I can teach you how to conduct yourself in a way where this could be a possible outcome.
It's like love and hip hop, like how they always talk with their hands. That's her. It's like, so.
No, they do it the most though. I don't do it.
If you had two hands and wasn't holding cards on the other, you'd be like, so.
Have you ever asked for a raise?
Have I asked for a raise? No.
Have I ever asked for a raise?
Never asked for a raise.
I don't think. You know what? I did low-key ask for a raise one time, but I kind of piggybacked off my sister in high school. We were working at this little like barbecue joint in Texas, and she I don't know how, okay, y'all, my sister somehow, some way has been a business boss since we were in like third grade. Just always loving business and wanting to be a businesswoman when she grew up, and literally in third grade wore a whole suit and took a briefcase to school for class picture day. And now she is about to get her MBA at Wharton next year. She starts in the fall, or this year. So shout out to Simone. She's killing it. And she's also my co-founder of Life is Content, and she's just a beast. But anyway,
you didn't ask the question.
I'm answering it. So back to my story about us working at the barbecue joint in high school. She had negotiation tactics already down packed at this point. We were like 16. We started working there. We were working there for like a year. She was like, we deserve a 25% raise. And she... No, 25% raise.
25%. Oh.
No, 25 cents, not 25%. 25% raise, okay? And she basically went to our manager and was like, if you don't give my sister and I 25% raise, we're both leaving. We already have offers at another fast food joint. We didn't have offers at another fast food joint. And we ended up getting our raises. So I kind of was involved, but not really. I knew the scheme was happening, that's the closest I've ever gotten.
Just a question. How many hours did y'all work a week?
We worked a lot. We worked like anywhere between 15 and 30, depending on like what time of year it was.
15 hours a week at 25 cents extra per hour. Mm-hmm. So that means you guys got a whopping $3.
Don't try to diminish that accomplishment, okay? Don't do that, all right? Because usually women do not negotiate, and the fact that she was negotiating in high school, then take it for what it is and leave it alone. Don't be pressed. That was a lot of money. That was a lot of extra money for us at that time. Okay,
$3.50 a week.
That made sense for us. We were in high school.
You judging? Okay, girl.
You too good for extra $3? I wasn't too good for extra $3.
Is it the thought that counts? I want to hear the stuff she about to say on this, because I think I've done both. I've been like an all-star in terms of gift giving. I've given like the thoughtful gifts. I've also given the expensive gifts.
Yes. I would say that Mark does a very good job.
She's very good at selling me short.
Let me finish.
More.
Let me finish. You ain't let me finish.
Okay.
Mark does a very good job of doing very thoughtful gifts and also like, expensive gifts. Me personally, I'm not a materialistic person in general. I lose stuff. Okay, I
wasn't even gonna go there.
Hold on, stop. I lose things. Honestly, I put value on like experiences and thoughts so much more that when it comes to material things, like even if it is expensive, like that doesn't quote unquote mean much to me, because I feel very capable and able as a person to like get myself expensive things. So when I think about gifts that he's gotten me in the past, the ones that were probably least expensive, like literally he got me a candle for our anniversary the other day and a pregnancy pillow. I was so happy. Christmas, he got me this like little massager chair thing, and I cried because I didn't tell him to get me those things, but those are very much so things that I wanted. And because he knows me so well, he knew to get those things. What was the first job you had?
Ooh, McDonald's. Shout out to McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I don't know if it, so like for like a really small stint, I was like 13, 14, I sung at weddings. But like that don't really count as a like job. It was only like 2. But McDonald's.
Did you get paid for it?
Yeah, I got paid for it.
Okay, then you were a professional singer for like, a small amount of time.
Technically, McDonald's.
Okay. How did your perspective on life change after you started making money?
To be honest, it didn't really change that much, because like I was always good with money, as far as I always had it, and you could never tell if I had a lot of money or a little money. So like I always kept something. And so like once I actually started to get like paychecks, nothing much really changed. Like I had more responsibilities, so like I was paying my phone bill at that point and gas and like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, there was no like major difference at all. Like I've always been a hustler. So.
Okay.
If I suggested that we have a regular conversation to talk about what we're spending each month, how would you feel?
I mean, I feel like we do that already.
We do that.
We do that.
Sometimes she's with it and sometimes she's not.
Okay, so sometimes, because we are not married yet, but we do live with each other, there are moments where he may be like financially in one place and I may be financially in another place. So that's the kind of gamble and kind of game we have to play sometimes with, depending on what time of year it is or whatever circumstance is going on. I
mean, point blank period, babe makes more money than I make. That's just what it is. So there are times when she's like, I'm good, or actually it's more like we're good, but like
I have to reassure him.
I still have this like mindset of like, once again, I think it's partially pride in like the traditional like, as the man you're supposed to like be out front, you're supposed to make the most money, bring home the bacon. And I think like God has used many situations to humble me and to let me know that it's like, it's not about that. It's not about like pride, which pride is terrible. So I think it's getting out of that mindset, and especially now about to be married and coming to a place of like, we're good, because there's an understanding here that
we're one.
If the situation was vice versa, I got her.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So we are going to cut our game at that point. There are so many more cards that we still have to go through. This actually was funner than I thought. Funner, is that a word?
I think it was better
more
because
fun?
we didn't know what the questions were
going to
like,
be.
Where,
But it was like actually like a good conversation like goer.
Without a doubt. But I think that for us it was really cool because like half of these we've either discussed or we discuss on a regular basis or we've talked about before.
Yeah.
So it was also a good gauge in terms of like where we are and like what types of open conversations we have.
And we honestly, like, that's one thing I love about our relationship is that we're very open and conversational. Sometimes he likes to talk too much, and if I say that, then you know it's real because I talk a lot too. But sometimes I
say the same thing for her. So I think that it depends on who you ask on what day.
I feel like
there are times when I come home from work and she just hit me with a call, I'm like, babe.
No,
that's
true.
That's not
true. That's not true.
What?
You come home more often than not. Like, babe,
no. Well, because I think that
you'd be excited to tell me about his
like
day.
we needed to like there have been times recently that we've definitely needed, because like so much is going on that we need to like, hey babe, from now on, like let's like when I get home, first 30 minutes, stop whatever we're doing and like, have a conversation about our day and just talk.
You guys should definitely check out this A Richer Conversation game.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
This is fun.
Yeah, I like it.
There's a downloadable link down below if you are interested in getting the PDF version, downloadable version of this game. And then we would like to thank Charles Schwab again for collaborating with us on this video. Definitely gonna whip these out again. Probably, maybe when we have some friends over.
Next game night.
So if you play this game, definitely share your experience down below with us, or tag us if you do a video kind of like ours. Definitely, we'd love to see what your answers are and where you guys stand, and hopefully this sparks a bigger conversation about millennials being, financially savvy, especially people of color, Black people. We need to be smart about what we do with our finances, especially when you are, going into a new chapter in your life, getting married, having kids, all that kind of stuff. We're in that season of our life too. So we are trying to establish some really good financial, just like foundational bricks right now. And so this game was a really cool way to do that.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so until next time, y'all, definitely like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Subscribe.
Bye.
I always wanted to say that. Subscribe.
You've definitely said that multiple times.
For real?
Yes, you have.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Bye.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell. Be on notifications.
Oh, see? I didn't know that. That's what that means? Notifications?
That's what the bell
I thought it
means.
means subscribe.
No, notifications is like a different thing than subscribing. It's like super subscribe.
Got it.
All right.